Hey, how's it going, guys? So, after unboxing the bike and putting it together, I got a chance to go over it with pretty much fine-tooth comb and look at all of the fittings and bolts and everything. And I found a couple things that I didn't like about it. Overall, I'm very pleased with my purchase so far without being able to ride it yet, but I'm overall pleased. There's just a couple things that I want to talk about. So first of all, if I could do it again, I would probably get the aluminum handlebars because these have a little bit more flex in them than I would like them to. I'm around 202 to 205 pounds, trying to get below 200, but still, when braking, putting a lot of weight on these handlebars could probably make them flex, and I don't want them to break on me. So I'll probably be upgrading these, or it'd actually be kind of a downgrade in the weight department. I'll probably be changing to aluminum handlebars. The front wheel was a little bit out of true when I first put it on and put air in it. I spun it and I could tell that it wasn't completely straight. I ended up using my spoke tool to tighten a couple spokes. I did it on the bike because I don't have a truing stand, so I just had to do the best that I could looking at the brakes and seeing, but now it looks like it's pretty good. It's rolling true. I put my pedals on. I'll probably be upgrading those. Right now I have the endurance mountain bike pedals, which have a larger flat surface. As you can see right here, they have a larger flat surface. That way you can spread the weight out over your feet as you're riding for longer distances. I may go with the normal pedals. That way I get more control and less weight. The rear tire seemed to be pretty straight. I'll probably eventually take the whole bike to a bike shop and see if they can check the tire or check the wheels, make sure they're both straight and everything looks good. The seat does seem a little bit uncomfortable. I may have to get a different size seat for me. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to ride it, but just sitting on it, it seems a tad bit uncomfortable. The front derailleur I had to adjust because from the small chainring to the large cog on the rear, it was rubbing the inside of the derailleur a little bit, so I had to adjust that. It also was not moving to the outside chainring, to the larger chainring very easily, so I had to adjust that a little bit to make that better. The rear seemed pretty good. It was indexed pretty well, shifting seemed good and everything seemed fine. I did step on the scale. When I stepped on the scale today, I was 207 pounds, and then I got on the scale with the bike over my shoulder and it came up to 227.5. So the bike is around 20.5 pounds, which is around like 9.3 kilograms, which is impressive because I had my phone mount with my phone attached to it, my lights, both front and rear, and my bag and pedals on there. Now, SAVA, I believe they advertise this at 9.5 kilograms, and no, 9.7 kilograms, I think. And I was at 9.5 kilograms with all this stuff on it. So they're advertising at 9.5. It should be around 9, I believe, with if I take everything off of it, maybe a little bit lower than 9. So it's actually really good. As I was tightening down the screws, so the seat post screw calls for 9 to 16 Newton meters. I believe that's how you say that. I use inch pounds or foot pounds, but I did it in Newton meters, and I ended up going over 16. So I had it around 10 to 12 at first, and I sat down and the seat post moved. I went up to 16, sat down, the seat post moved. I ended up going to around 18 Newton meters, and I sat down and the seat post didn't move. So I still need to adjust it perfectly to my height. Right now, I think it's close. I'll have to take it out for a ride and see how close it is, but I'm gonna adjust it. I also have 2 large spacers and 1 small spacer underneath the headstop, and that's what it came with. I may be changing that, I'm not sure. Like I said, I need to ride it for a little bit and see how I get along with it. The handlebar tape seems to be put on rather poorly. I will probably change that. I want something different anyway, but right now it seems to be put on rather poorly. And the last thing, like I said in the other video, is this piece right here that's gray on the top. I'll hold the bike up so you can see it. This piece right here on the top that's gray, it was red in the picture. And there was more red on the wheels. I believe these, not the SAVA portion, but these were red on the wheels in the picture. And that's what I thought I was getting. Obviously I didn't get that. I just got straight gray and black. But I'm not complaining. I really like the gray and black. The red would have been a nice touch, but I'm fine with it the way it is. Eventually I'll probably be getting a cadence sensor and a speed sensor, and I haven't decided if I want to use a spare iPhone that I have as a cycling computer, or if I'm actually going to get a dedicated cycling computer. But as of right now, as you can tell, I have a Chinese bike, so I'm on a little bit of a budget. So when I get those sensors, I'll decide whether or not I want to pull the trigger on the computer or not. Other than that, my next video should be when I'm out on the road. I'm going to try to get a mic set up so that I can actually talk while I'm riding and give you guys a little bit of feedback. So hopefully we can get that going. Guess I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching the videos.